I just found a Solana trader who made over 26 SOL in the last 7 days by flipping meme coins. This is exactly the kind of trader that I look for when I'm trying to find people to copy trade from. I commonly follow wallets like this, where I watch their entries, I mirror their buys, and this has allowed me to hit some crazy plays. I always get a lot of people asking me how I find traders like this to copy trade from. I want to show you a simple method that I use commonly to find these traders, and at the end of the video, I want to show you some of the biggest plays that I've hit using this method. One of the most simple and effective ways to find traders just like this is to use bots built within Telegram. Telegram is generally used as a messaging app, but has many crypto bots built within it. One of them that I use almost daily when I'm scanning for profitable traders is a Telegram app called D-Edge. Links below in the description of this video if you guys want to check it out. Basically, I can use this tool as a filter. When I see somebody hyped up online, or if I stumble upon a wallet that looks interesting, I'll run it through the bot and see if they're actually making good trades or if they're just lucky. So in this guy's case, we have his last 7 days performance pulled up. We can see he's traded a total of 7 different tokens, 3 being winners, 3 being losers. He still has 1 open trade going. So he currently has a 50% win rate with a net SOL of over 26 currently. So if we converted that 26 Solana into USD, that's just under $4,000 this guy made in around 7 days. And now you can probably see why I find tracking wallets can be so profitable if done correctly. Imagine you were following this guy into his trades this past week. You could have similar profits or even more, which is kind of nuts, depending on your original buy size. Now, I'll be the first to tell you it is not always sunshine and rainbows. You can be tracking traders that switch strategy and begin to lose, for example, or they begin to notice a bunch of people are copying their moves and they start trading extremely fast, which makes it harder for me to copy and remain profitable. But if you filter the wallets correctly and then test their profitability, you can easily reduce many losses that commonly occur when trying this method. So to use D-Edge, I punch in any wallet address and then it shows me its full trading statistics. I found this guy looking through profitable traders on recently traded coins. Many of these in here will look like they are profitable, but once you put them into D-Edge, you'll quickly see that they just hit 1 lucky trade and they're actually in the negative overall for their P&Ls. D-Edge does also have a button that provides you with profitable traders to check out yourself if you do not know where to find any. Once you begin looking through these stats, there are a few big things that I'd recommend you check out before you copy trade any of these guys, which I will show you how to set up quickly in just a moment. So one of the first and most important metrics we want to always check is the win rate. Normally you'd think you'd want to copy from somebody who has a 90 or 100% win rate, duh. But in reality, the people we're wanting to copy from have a 30 to 60% win rate. Real traders and people who are genuinely profitable in this space are not winning 90% of their trades. It just does not work like that. But what they are doing is winning 30 to 60% of their trades, and the ones they're hitting are the 10x, the 50x, the 100x, the big ones, which greatly offset their losses. For example, you can win only 30% of your trades and still be extremely profitable in this space, which not many people realize when doing this. For the second metric I always like to check out beforehand is the average trading time, which gives us the average duration between the buy and the sell of his coins. This is extremely important, and I generally want this to be, in the minutes or hours and not seconds. Some traders can begin to notice that people are copying their moves, and they'll start trading extremely quickly, which can make it very hard to copy. There also is like automated trading bots, which just inherently trade extremely fast. And those are also people or accounts that we do not want to copy trade from. I like to see 20 minutes, 30 minutes, hours, anything that's not 15 seconds, 10 seconds, stuff like that. Real quick, if you guys like this kind of content or have learned anything at all, hit that like button. It really helps me grow. Some of the other metrics that I like to check out is the average trading size. Generally, I like to have this between 3 and 5 Solana, but it is kind of dependent on how much you're trading with or how much, how big your trade size is. The bigger your trade size, the bigger their average trade size can be. But you're not going to want to be copying from giant whales, people that put in 30 Solana, 50 Solana, stuff like that, because that generally is going to crash whatever chart you're looking at, unless it's a huge meme coin. Generally, just to be safe, 3 to 5 is your sweet spot. I do also like to check previous trades, not just to see if they're winners or losers, but to see what kind of coins he's actually trading, which ones he's hit his biggest winners on, which ones he's lost on, stuff like that. All these metrics I'm showing you guys, just like a high-level overview, but these are all things I've spent many hours diving deep into, and stuff that you need to too as well. if you're wanting to actually potentially copy trade any of these guys. So let's say we went over this wallet's trading stats in depth, and now we want to copy trade from it. To do this, we're going to use the TradeWiz Telegram bot. Link's also below in the description if you guys want to check it out. At the very top in here is a Solana wallet address, which is where we fund or send our Solana to, so that way we can actually use and trade with it in our trading bot. So the reason I use TradeWiz as opposed to other trading bots is because it allows me to copy the trades of any wallet or trader that I find. So to get this rolling, we're going to hit the copy trading button, which takes us into the copy trading hub. In here, yours will be blank, but I'm going to show you how to set it up. Here's where it's going to show us the profiles of the different traders that we're going to copy from. Generally, I'll have 3 to 5 active copy trading profiles, which means I'm actively copying from 3 to 5 traders whenever they buy or sell their coins. To create a new profile, we're going to click add. At the very top, they have tag, which is basically the name for this profile. You can put in whatever you want here. Generally, put in something so you know which one's which is what I'd recommend. Target wallet is the wallet address. Buy percentage. Generally, I like to keep this set to 100%, and then we will manually change the max buy and min buy. So this is where you want to determine what your trade size is. If you're just starting off or you're testing out a wallet, I normally set it to 0.1 Solana for the max buy. In the min buy, I'll leave as non-limited. The reason for this is because the people that I'm copy trading from generally are not going to be buying less than my 0.1, the little test buy. So I don't really need to change the min buy. Below that, we have the SOL spending limit, which is the max amount of SOL we can spend by copying this trader. Generally, like I said, I'll be copying 3 to 5 traders. Say I have 5 traders that I'm copying. I will split my total Solana between those 5 traders. So say if I had 10 total, each trader would have a limit of 2. So that way it's equal between all 5. Buy times reset after sold. I like this set to false, so we're not rebuying into the same coins. This generally worked out better for me. Copy sells, we want this set to true. Auto retry, I like to keep this at 1 with a max of 2. This is how many times your transaction will try to go through. There is fees for the transaction, so this is generally why I don't have it set to like 5 to keep on trying if it keeps failing. Then we have both priority fees and tips. Both these I like to set to 0.002 on the lower end. You can put these even lower or increase these. These do impact speed, so generally I like to start off on the lower side, and then if my transactions are not going through, specifically because of transaction speed, then I will increase these. Then we have slippage. I like to keep this around 30% to start off with. If you are noticing your transactions are not going through because of failed slippage, then you want to increase this. To actually enable or turn on the copy trading profile, so it's actively copying all their trades, you gotta make sure it says active right here on this button. At any time, you can click the same button to pause it or change any settings within the copy trading profile. And like I said, you can have multiple profiles going and copying all at the same time. I do highly recommend you guys play around and kind of test the different settings, and also test out the people that you're copy trading with before you actually increase your buy size. And once you test them and find out that they are truly profitable, that's when you can increase your buy size to 0.5 or 1 or 2, something like that. So as promised, like I said earlier in the video, I'd show you guys one of my best trades. Let me go ahead and punch my wallet address here, pull up the chart on Photon so you can see my buy and sell visually on the chart itself. I'll get it pulled up here. If we scroll down, we can actually see how much I put in. So 1.7K, sold for 14K. So a little over $12,000 gain just from that one trade, which is nuts. So this just shows the power of using this kind of strategy.